Hi guys, Ray here. So a couple of things came up during last night's Sunday sitting that I wanted to share a little bit more about. Um, Actually, the second thing is just an announcement, and I'll save that till the end of the video. So w- w- we were getting into the difference between a kind of superficial response to interpersonal conflict and the kind of superficial response that is normal to interpersonal conflict, and a kind of more deeper and more real response that is possible. So if you know how if someone gets in your face, like really gets in your face and telling you what a terrible person you are, and how you never keep your word and you're always late, or whatever particular thing it is that they think you've done wrong, whatever their problem is with you, um, right away you want to respond, right? And you want to respond in the way that they came at you. So, with words, somebody gets in your face, and tells you what a terrible person you are, in whatever form that might take. They're using words. And so you're going to respond with words, right? And so that's actually very superficial. It's mind level stuff. It's responding with words and concepts. And you know, um, uh, responding is more conscious than reacting. I mean, reacting would be the most um, uh, well, childish, primitive, kindergarten way, right, of dealing with interpersonal conflict. Um, Hopefully, we're all past that now. But somebody gets in your face, and you just get super angry and just start screaming back at them all kinds of curse words and obscenities, and attacking their mother, and just like um, reacting in a very um, aggressive and uh, angry way. So that's reaction. So then there's something better than that, which is responding. So trying to hold them in your heart space, trying to understand where they're coming from, trying to give them the space of understanding that they're yelling at you is actually a call for love. They're feeling unloved at the moment, and they are looking to you to for that love that they feel they lack. And so you use nonviolent communication, and you just try to hear what they're saying, and then um, answer it in a way that doesn't exacerbate the situation, accelerate the situation. I mean, that's all fine, but I'm talking about something that's even deeper than that, even more, even subtler than that. Um, Somebody gets in your face, you feel attacked, and so you want to defend yourself. And usually that defense takes two forms, right? Like um, either because you feel like the attack is unjustified. So one form is their facts are wrong, and you feel the urge, the obligation, the urgent obligation to correct their facts, to tell them what the correct facts are, the right facts, the true facts, your facts, right? So you're going to tell them your facts so that they don't have the wrong facts anymore. So that is how you're going to defend yourself against that attack, which came at you verbally, comes at you with words and concepts, so you're going to defend yourself with words and concepts. And then the other form that that takes is they have the facts correct, but they don't have the full context. If they understood the whole thing, they wouldn't find you so blameworthy. So you're going to supply the missing context. So you're seeking to justify yourself. Yes, I did what you said, but you don't know the whole story. Here's why I did it. And once you know the whole story, you're not going to be so irate at me. So that's the two ways that that kind of defense happens, and so that can both of those can be either a reaction or a response, and we tend to, in interpersonal conflicts, defend ourselves with words and concepts because that's how usually we get attacked. And it feels like your verbal response is the very first thing that's happening. Somebody got all in your face, and you immediately go to defend yourself, to correct the record, to give them the accurate facts, to give them the fuller context so they understand the situation better. But they're coming at you with words, and you're going to defend yourself with words. And it seems like it's instantaneous and automatic. As soon as they get all up in your face with their words, you automatically respond with your words. You automatically respond with your words. And it doesn't seem like anything else is going on there. But, and you know this, if you step back from it, you'll realize actually there's something that happens before your response. Your response is not immediate. Your verbal response, I mean. You don't immediately go to that verbal response. There's a step before that happens, but you just don't tend to notice it. Most people don't tend to notice it. We just kind of ignore it, and there's a good reason for that. But if you step back from it, and if you can do this in the moment, that's great, but you can also do it afterwards. You'll realize that prior to the first word that came out of your mouth defending yourself, there arose inside of you an energy. And this energy is dense and contracted. Life energy is normally joyous and expansive. It's always expanding. It's always wanting to share. It flows freely. It feels good. This energy feels bad. It feels sticky. It feels dense. It feels contracted. And it's not pleasant. And this energy that arises before you said one word in your defense is the energy of feeling like you are being attacked, feeling under attack. You feel energetically, you feel that you're being attacked. And that's why you then proceed to defend yourself with words. If you didn't feel like you were being attacked, you wouldn't say a thing. It's that energy arising first that initiates all the words that come out of your mouth a split second later. And so why is this important? Because the forms are constantly changing. The person who's getting all up in your face changes, the situation changes, but the energy is always the same. You could look at it like today, somebody got up all in your face because they didn't like the way you were driving. Last week, somebody got up all in your face because you brought potato salad to the potluck dinner. Potato salad? I can't believe you brought potato salad. Everybody brings potato salad. I got 6 potato salads. What am I supposed to do? Serve people potato salad for dessert? What people are supposed to eat besides potato salad? I can't believe you brought potato salad. Why are you so cheap? And then maybe the week before that, your mother was complaining that you forgot to call her on her birthday, or maybe you called her but she felt like your heart wasn't really in it. You were just, taking care of the formality of the phone call, so she couldn't say anything about it to you later, right? Um, so whatever it might be, all these um, things where somebody is finding fault with you, and then you feel the need to defend yourself, to justify yourself, and they're finding fault with you and expressing that with words and concepts, mind stuff. So you feel the need to defend yourself with words and concepts. But that energy, that initial energy that arises within you first before you say word one of your defense, never changes. It's the same energy when it's your mother complaining about your birthday call. It's the same energy when it's the potluck person complaining. It's the same energy when it's somebody upset with the way you drive. It's the energy is always the same. It doesn't respond in a new way to the changing situation or the changing person. The form of the attack changes constantly, but the underlying energy that arises in response to that is always the same. It doesn't change with the different situation. And so, that's kind of weird if you think about it. It would seem like the energy would change and be a different kind of a thing for each different kind of situation. And the fact that it doesn't change, that it's always the same, should clue you into the fact that that energy is always there. That energy existed before you got attacked. It's not arising in response to the attack. It may be coming up into your awareness now that you got attacked, but it must have always been there waiting for the chance to come up. And so reacting angrily to somebody getting all up in your face is like the most basic thing. A little better than that is responding in a heart way to somebody getting all up in your face. But both of those are still really superficial because you're just staying on the level of mind, words, concepts, ideas, what's right, what's wrong, what's fair, what's unfair. So what I'm talking about is responding energetically. Stepping back from the situation of somebody getting all up in your face and going into the energy that's arising before you say anything. In other words, investigate that energy that comes up. The energy that is making you feel like you need to defend yourself. And yeah, you can do that later, but take a moment, like I said, either ideally in the moment or at least afterwards, go back in your memory and feel, and you could bring that energy up. Or it may still, if you can get away quick enough, it may still be floating around inside of you. But feel that energy, really go into that energy and investigate it. Why is it there? What is it doing? Ask yourself, why do I feel as though I could be attacked? What if I could not be attacked? What if, as a part of source, I'm invulnerable and beyond attack? Would I then feel threatened? And if I didn't feel threatened, would I feel the need to respond or react to this person upset with me? I mean, sometimes you have a situation which is really clear where someone's getting all up in your face and you're just so clear that you haven't done anything, that this is just them dealing with their stuff, and you might even feel like you want to help them a little bit, and you don't feel the least bit threatened, and so you don't feel the least bit attacked, and you just feel absolutely no need to defend yourself whatsoever, right? There's nothing um, you, so if you really investigate it deeply, if you really go deeply into this energy of feeling under attack, or always expecting to be attacked, always waiting for the next attack, you'll find that you are always feeling as though you are under attack, or always expecting the next attack, because you want to be attacked, because you think that you deserve to be punished, because you think you're guilty. And ultimately, what you think you're guilty of is leaving source, separating from source. I could say God. A lot of people get triggered by that word. They have their own definition that they attach to it. It carries all kinds of baggage, so I try to avoid the use. But God, source, the absolute. Oneness is a good word to use in this example, because you feel like you're guilty because you think you separated from oneness. And of course, if you separated from oneness, then oneness cannot be oneness if something separated from it. If you separated from oneness, you effectively destroyed oneness. So you effectively killed God. That is deep, primordial, ancient guilt that we all carry. This false belief. And it is a false belief, because you did not actually separate from oneness. You did not actually separate from source. You only think that you did. So you think you separated from oneness, thereby um, uh, killing oneness. Oneness is now two-ness. Oneness cannot be oneness if you separated from it. So you think that you're really, really guilty of something horrible at the beginning of the history of the universe, and you expect a horrible punishment. And in fact, your guilt makes you feel like you deserve a horrible punishment. So we basically created this universe as a place to hide out that would be bad enough that we would feel like we were getting, some of our guilt expunged through the punishment of suffering and dying, but maybe not as bad as what we really deserve. So this is like a really cool place to hang out. So you think you separated from oneness. That makes you feel guilty. Because you feel guilty, you feel like you deserve to be punished. And because you feel like you deserve to be punished, you create punishment for yourself in the form of other people attacking you. So when other people attack you, when people get in your face, they're only doing what you want them to do, what you asked them to do, what you set them up to do for you, to give you the punishment that you think you deserve, that will alleviate your guilt so you don't have to feel so guilty all the time. But the root thing that you think you did that was so terrible, separating from source, never happened, which means you aren't guilty, which means you don't have to be punished, which means you don't have to set other people up to be your punishers, your attackers. And so dealing with these situations in ordinary life where people get all up in your face on that level is much more effective than dealing with it on the superficial level of mind, words, and concepts, because now you're dealing with it at the root where it all started, right? So now, why treat the symptoms when you can actually heal the disease at the root cause, um, and never suffer from it again? So there's just something to, contemplate, think about, just be aware of it as a possibility, and it will be helpful. So, and the other thing that came up is, during the meeting, this is the announcement. We're going to be moving the Zoom meetings from Sunday night to Wednesday night. I've been talking about this for a while. I have a friend who also does Zoom meetings on Sunday night, and but he used to be in Colorado, so um, uh, we didn't conflict. Then the wildfires in Colorado came around, and he and his family had to flee. And so now he's on the East Coast, and now we conflict. We are overlapping. And he's been doing Zoom classes a lot longer than I have, and I have a lot of respect for him. So I'm going to let him have Sunday nights, and um, um, and so we'll be moving to Wednesday, and we're going to move it back a half an hour, so 7 instead of 7:30. So the Sunday night Zooms will be on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. at Atlantic Standard, of course. Um, I don't know. I'm thinking Wednesday Wows, Wednesday Wow, as the name. I don't know about that yet. I haven't decided. But stay tuned for the new links, and thank you for watching.